It is big news here in Colorado. Guilty on all 165 counts. Now the Aurora Theater shooter James Holmes will wait to learn and see if he will be sentenced to life in prison or get the death penalty.
It's been an ordeal for the survivors, waiting to learn his fate now. And Yousef Gharbi, one of those survivors, shot in the head, arm, and throat on July 20th of 2012. Yousef, kind enough to join us this morning. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I'm thankful for being here.
So tell us, I mean, I imagine this long trial, the build up to the trial and everything, an ordeal. Are you glad it's over? I'm glad it's over, but it really will never be over. You know, it's going to be something that I'm always going to remember. It will sit in the back of my head, but you know, for the time being, I can move forward and start pursuing the rest of my life.
So tell me what it was like just being there, hearing this verdict read.
When I heard the word guilty, my body just shuddered. I remember I was shaking. I was just so anticipating what was going to happen. I honestly thought I was going to hear the word guilty, but the reality of the word being said, sweet relief.
All the testimony, people like yourself who were victims of James Holmes, you were shot. You spent how many weeks in the hospital after you were shot? 5 to 6 weeks in the hospital and rehab. And now the question for many becomes, we go into the penalty phase, and obviously there are scattered opinions even among victims as to what you'd like to see happen. Where do you stand on the penalty phase? What is it you'd like to see take place? I don't have a standpoint, honestly, but I do want to see justice be served. Not necessarily justice in my eyes, but for the majority of the people that were affected, especially the deceased victims. Their families have the most say in this because they had their loved ones taken away from them without anything, They didn't know it was going to happen. Either way, you're satisfied with whatever's determined? Yeah, I'm just happy he was found guilty for the crimes he committed.
Well, you were so young, just 16 years old when this happened. Now, almost 3 years later, now on Monday, how is your life? How are you doing? Do you still feel the remnants of that head injury?
Yeah, I get occasional headaches. I've also got shrapnel in my arm that sometimes bothers me when I'm lifting and whatnot. But for the most part, I'm living like any other teenager would be. I'm enjoying life, I'm enjoying summer, and I'm making the best out of what I got. You were 16, yet you talk about this network of survivors, and sometimes you're the one providing strength, providing some leadership. I mean, that's a lot to take on as a young man. Yeah, most definitely. But I'm human as well, and I've got my weaknesses, and where I don't prevail, others from the group do, and they're just as supportive to me as I am to them.
Okay, do you plan to be at the courthouse the next couple of weeks as we go through this sentencing phase?
As much as I can be, but like I've been saying, I work and, I have a life outside of the court and the case, so I'll try to be as attentive as I can, but we'll see.
All right.
It's nice to you to come in this morning. It's great to see you and see you doing well.
I appreciate you having me.
Thanks, Yousef.
All right, thank you.
We turn to other news now this morning, including